Hey there guys, welcome. If you want any of these t-shirts you're seeing right now, check out the link below the stream and use the code artifacts10 to get a 10% discount. It's Basic Waves, it's a company that has just started selling t-shirts related to music production, and I think you guys might like it, so check it out if you haven't seen it already, because I think you guys might have probably seen it already. Anyway, welcome. Do you ever use Reaper? No, I don't. I'm a, well, pretty much 100% Ableton Live user these days. I used quite a few DAWs throughout my years of making music, but at some point I just settled for the Ableton Live and it just clicked, and I don't see any reason to go to any other piece of software. But I've tried a lot of them, but Reaper I have never tried, so... Welcome everybody. Yeah, it's very hot. We've officially have a heat wave right here in the Netherlands, so I wasn't even sure if I was gonna stream because it's 34 degrees outside right now, but you can imagine inside underneath the roof it's probably a bit hotter than that. But we're gonna try. We're gonna see what we're gonna do today. I think I'm just gonna work on a track first. I have been working on a track for the EP. And wait 1 second. Welcome exemption. What a way to come into the stream. Oh yeah, Reaper is probably good. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not good. It's probably really good, but I just don't use it. So yeah, I've been working a lot on the EP recently, and I have a whole bunch of tracks. I have actually more tracks that I need for the EP. So right now I really just have to choose which tracks are going to be on the EP. And I made a selection of a couple of them, and those are going to be, well, now I will have to do the final mixdown for those, which I'm doing at the moment. But there's one more track that I found in my folder of project files, and I quite liked it, and I thought it actually fitted the other tracks really well. So I think I just want to finish this track. So you might have actually seen a little bit of this track already. I think I made this one on stream quite a while ago, actually. I think about half a year ago, something like that. And I did a tutorial earlier this week about the bass in this track and about how to get some more presence out of your bass lines. And that's actually the bass from this track. So I think the problem with this track is that the intro doesn't really work for me right now, at least not the way it is. It needs something more, or it needs a change. I'm not sure what it needs, but we'll have to figure that out. And it's mostly just the connection between the drop and the intro, so the build-up section that we need to make for this track. And same here, like the breakdown section, that's kind of like where it needs some work, and probably here it needs an outro. So I'm actually just gonna play this one and see how it sounds right now. I haven't really done too much on this track other than the tutorial that I did earlier this week. So let's just see what it sounds like right now and what we have to do to it. So let's check. I'm gonna turn off Sonarworks reference so that you guys are gonna hear everything well. This track actually has a lot of processing on it already. I might actually turn some of that off at some point. Like I said, I made this half a year ago, and in the last 6 months I quite changed my workflow a bit. But yeah, let's just give this one a play. Oh, the shirt might come off at some point. Medic coming in already.
Hi honey, PLS make something new.
What? Oh, yeah. Hi, honey, please make something new. Oh, we might actually do something in a little bit. I'm not sure. I kind of want to finish this track right now, but maybe we'll do something after that. Let's first listen to this track, okay? So... And thanks, by the way. I forgot to say that, but thanks, by the way, for the €10 donation. Okay, well, and the second drop is pretty much the same as the first one. So yeah, I'll probably have to work on that. But yeah, like you could probably hear, the intro and the build-up connected to the drop doesn't really make sense. Like everything except the 16th note hi-hats. Well, I quite like it, actually. I might have to, I'm not too sure what I did actually here. Like I said, I made it 6 months ago, so let's actually just listen to it and see what I've done here. There's some percussion stuff here. I guess this layer sounds a little weird. On its own, it doesn't sound too bad, actually. I actually don't mind them right now. And definitely release this shit out of this. I'll buy it. Cool, man. I'll definitely release this one. It's gonna be on the EP, so this is like the last track I need to finish, and then I can start doing the final mixdowns of all the tracks. I started working on the mixdown of one of the tracks already, and it's actually starting to sound pretty good, I would have to say. Compared to all my work I did before, though. You know, I'm not gonna say that it's the best thing ever, but yeah, it's compared to what I did before, it's definitely starting to be better. Just high pass them. Yeah, I might do that. I'm not sure if there's even processing on them. No, not at all. So yeah, I could do that. But yeah, I really just I'll have to see what everything is here. So let's see, because the intro and the build up like completely doesn't make sense right now. At least the first part of the intro kind of has something. Like that. What is it? What do we have here? See, that's quite nice. I quite like this part. So we get this string thingy. What's that? Oh, that's Albion 1. Okay. Let's try adding some movement on these. God damn it. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Maybe I'll replace this one for brass instead, because we already have the string, the cello playing. Where's Albion 1? Let's take the you know what? Let's actually take this one. We can just take the brass ensemble. Give it a tiny pitch bend down. We can do that. That might actually sound pretty cool. I actually done that somewhere. I think at least I think I was doing that somewhere. I think it's these ones right here. They're in audio right now, but I think when I made them, they also had like a pitch bend down. Yeah, definitely. They're definitely bending down on the end of the note. That one not, but this one does. Yeah, that one bends down. Just one semitone. So we can do that. And that could actually sound pretty cool. It's this one, right? Yeah, it's that one. Let's just do that for now. Let's try doing this. Still sounds a little weird, but let's just see what it sounds like in the mix. I guess it kind of works because it falls together with the other synths that are bending down in pitch as well, so I guess it works because of that. I'm gonna try making these a bit louder though. Let's just go up all the way. I want to make them a bit bigger, these chords. Let's see. Let's try something here. Not too sure. Let's see what it sounds like when we just take that entire layer out. We might need to do something else then, but... Okay, what's this? Okay, so that's like... Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, that one I'm actually not too sure of, so let's turn that one off. Okay, that one I wasn't using, so let's just remove it. And that's the brass. This one I actually like. That one I like. I think though, let's duplicate this one. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, come on. Okay. Even my PC is having a little bit of an issue with this heat. Like, it's too fucking hot out here right now. Okay, we need to go smaller. Okay, we should take something else though, because we already have a cello section, so we can do another cello section. That would be kind of weird. But we can do violas. Why are they so quiet? Not really what I wanted, but... Yeah, I don't think that works either, so let's just get rid of it. You don't even hear it. When will the feedback be? I have no clue. I have no clue. Probably somewhere at the end of the stream. I don't even know if we're gonna do one. All depends how good the production session is gonna go. And by the way, sorry if I'm not talking a lot. It's just way too fucking hot right now. Yeah, dude, I'm sleeping in the living room. I can't be in my room. Yeah, it's like... I don't know, it's like, how hot is it outside right now? It's almost 9 PM and it's still 32 degrees outside. Do you have any videos on producing juke/footwork? No, I don't. At least not that I know of. I might have accidentally, I don't know how to say it. Like, I put a frozen bottle of water in front of my van about an hour ago and it's completely melted already. So, that's not working either. At least we got cold water. It's really hot, yeah. Especially since I'm right underneath the roof. And that doesn't really help either. But, you know, gotta work with it, I guess. Accidentally, yeah. That was it. Thanks for helping me out. Yeah, I really don't know if I like the intro the way it is right now. I like the cello in it, but I'm not too sure about the other elements. That vocal, maybe not. Maybe I'll put it here. I'm not sure about that. But I like the drop. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a break there. Let's put an EQ on that, and let's let's try making these a bit shorter. Dun, 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 dun. What are these? Okay, let me just consolidate that. I want to make them a little bit shorter. At least try out what it sounds like that. I think right here in this next section it needs something on the snare. But probably not a bass sound. Will you show us how to make the bass? Well, this bass was made a long time ago, and right now the bass is just completely in audio, except for one little thingy here. That's just from Serum, but yeah. Other than that, it's all in how do I say it? It's all in audio right now. But how I made it a long time ago. I started. You can actually still see it because I started from a sample pack, from a loop from a sample pack. That's what I started with. But it sounds completely different, I think, from the sample pack. It's from yeah. Where is that from? Oh, it's still here. Let's see. It's from Immortal DMB sample pack. I don't know. I just that's where it comes from, actually. Who would have thought that? Yeah. I don't know. I just rearranged it, I guess. And I put some processing on it, right here. And there's more processing on it as well, because I have somewhere on my computer the other projects, because this right now is project file number, version number 11. And the bass was done for the first time in version number, I don't know, 2, I think. And after that I bounced that to audio and rearranged it again. I think. No, I didn't, because it's still the original sample. But I don't know, I made this such a long time ago. Maybe change to a ride. Oh yeah, I could do that, maybe. But yeah, I don't know, it's mostly that's the main layer in the bass, at least. And I should just play this entire group, because these are all just different tracks, but as you can see, this one has like a bandpass on it and a phaser. It's used in the build-up, which isn't a build-up yet. And then I have this one, which is like a different section, I think. Yeah, that's a different section. I think it's actually the same file. And here I have that same file loaded up into a sampler to do this, which sounds kind of nice. And then we have this one, which has some more processing on it. But they all run through the same group, which kind of makes it sound pretty nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I have the synths right here on top, which I can't really show you how I made them because it's all in audio now, but and that's layered on top of the bass, so those two things together make the bass. And with the drum loop, that is quite nice with the kick drum rhythm. It has a slightly different kick drum rhythm. With the offbeat kick, it's pretty nice. Here. That gives it a nice rhythm together with the bass. Now, like I said, I have to make a build-up at least. Interesting. Let's add that one here. And I'll have to do something here in the end. Like, I actually like that filtered bass. That filtered bass is pretty nice. Maybe I don't want to have it that long, because it goes on pretty long actually. That's 32 bars. So that's quite long. Might not want to do that for that long, but let's see. I think I want to have these come in later. Let's start by at least putting some kind of an impact sound there. That could work. Let's see, what do we have here? What is all this? Yeah! Damn, this one. Those are loud. But they might actually be useful. Those two together sound really dope, actually.
See, I'm a playboy.
Big up!
I feel it is time for another donation. Cheers mate, P nice shirts. Refers to the quality of the stream.
Oh, I changed the voice and it sounds so fucking weird. Own made drum breaks. Actually these are from a KJ Salka sample pack, but I put them through some heavy distortion. What's up? My dog is looking at me like, what are you doing? She's in the same room right now. One moment. Let's get her. There she is. What's wrong, huh? She's making funny noises. What is this? What is happening? Yeah, I changed the voice. And it sounds really weird. Decipher that. Hey, it's really too hot to be doing this right now, okay? Yeah? What a cute dog. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing, but she's scared or something? I don't know. She can be scared of the weirdest things. Maybe there's like a thunderstorm coming. If that's the case, then I know what is going on, but I don't know. Is it alright? Again? Yeah? Huh? She just goes in the bed now. But yeah, like I said, these are breaks from the KJ Salka sample pack, one of his sample packs, and yeah, I just ran them through some distortion, and that sounded pretty dope. But these two together sound really nice. Those two sound very nice. Not for this track though, but they sound very dope. I'm definitely gonna keep these in this project. But yeah, I think I need something in the build-up right now. Some percussion. Let's try using that one. Nothing from Bayer Dynamic. Yeah, I'll talk to you about that in the Discord, if you want. I can tell you what happened with that. But yeah, I'll let you know. They did connect me, but it was kind of weird. But I don't know. Let's try something weird. Okay. The other one, tones. And on beats mode it also does something weird if we do the loop mode. That's interesting. Not sure if we can use that actually, but let's see. Let's see if we can fit that in. Doesn't sound too bad. Pitch it up even further. Let's put a filter on that. Yeah, that could work. Actually, I can see something weird. That's probably what I'm hearing as well. Yeah. Let's do this right here. Let's do that. Yeah, Dan, you missed the dog. Yep, you missed it. You had one job, and you blew it. Hmm. That's too cheesy, so we're not gonna do that. I think I might actually just stop that bass right here, and might even just stop the drums there as well. And I'm not too sure about that kick drum, by the way. I'm not feeling that one at all. I mean, I'm feeling it in terms of the sound of the kick, but not... Your mic is picking up a lot of high frequencies. I don't know, man. I don't know. Could be the van. Could be the van behind me, though. But you guys just have to deal with that. Like, it's hot out here. I can't do anything about that. I'm not gonna turn that thing off. I can see it as well. I can see that the noise level is a little bit higher than normal, but you know, we gotta do with what we have. I'm definitely not gonna turn the fan off, because then I'm not gonna be making it that much longer. Yeah, I just don't know about the kick drum repeating that much here. It needs some kind of a down sweep, I think. I guess I could use one of these, but then reverse it. Like, we already have something there, but... Yeah, it's the van, I know. So let's try some of these. Let's see which one sounds good. That one is not in key. Like, they're pretty atonal, but they can still sound out of key, so... God damn it. That one kind of works. Yeah, it's literally, I don't know how hot it is right now, but it was 34 when I started streaming, so it's now 30 degrees, but it's over 9 p.m., so I mean, that's really unusual for what we normally get here. Normally we don't get, well, we normally get like a few of these days a year, but it's been this hot like for the last 2 weeks or something, so it's yeah, and even before that we had like little to no rain for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. We had a small bit of rain yesterday, but it was very, very locally, so like downtown it was like an insane shower, and here it was just almost nothing, so use some crashes. Yeah, I can use some crashes, but I kind of like using different things than a crash. Like this one. But let's put a frequency shifter on here, and let's... Yeah, I have to obey Twitch's policies on being too naked. I actually looked up the policies on Twitch before I started streaming, because I wasn't sure what their current policy was towards doing streams shirtless. And, well, I found out as long as I don't make this sexy, I'm allowed to do it, I guess. That's what I think, but I thought let's put a shirt on, but even with the shirt I'm still sweating, so I could as well just take the whole thing off, but Dennis in his boxes only. Yeah, I can imagine you coming from Scotland and you come over here and it's like the first summer you're here, and it's just immediately just an insane summer. And we're not even, like, summer hasn't officially, like, fully started yet. We're still in the start of the summer. Like, I don't even know what's gonna happen. Hide your nipples. Yeah, I should have some of these patches, right? And just put them on my nipples. Oh, yeah. Put some tape over them. Yeah, exactly. What was that coming from? I heard some... Oh, that was this one. That was actually a cool sound. It can probably be a little bit louder. See, that one also pitches down. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what I want to do here. Like, I want to do something there. I was thinking like some really big string epic thing, but so far it hasn't really turned into that yet. Well, I had a start to it, I think. Yeah, it's that thing. It's fully dry as well. Let's first start by putting some reverb on that. What did it end like? Like, I might even put that at the start, I'm not even sure. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even think it fits the whole vibe right now. Something sounds off. Something sounds off. What is it? Oh wait, probably some pitch bend. Because we still have the pitch bend bug. Yeah, see, that was the pitch bend bug. Now it should sound better. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with that. I'll turn it off for now. I do want to do something like that here, but I'm not sure if I want to do this. Like, I don't think this one right now works, but I do like the cello in here, so I'm gonna keep that. It's quite loud though. Like, that bass comes in pretty early. Might actually want to bring this bass in until here. What is this synth? It's also turned off. What is that? Interesting. Not sure why I made the synth. It's more like a hardstyle synth, to be honest. Or like an old school gabber type sound. Especially when you raise the unison very high to like 16 and then bring the detune up a lot. Interesting. Don't think I'll put that in this track, but... Interesting. Is the stream mono? I don't know. It shouldn't be. Actually. Let's see. But it looks like it on my meter, in voice meter. That's odd. That again. I noticed that again, the whole thing updated before I started streaming. So I think something has been screwed up again. Just like last time. Let's see. Like my voice is mono, that's true. My voice should be mono. That's one thing that should happen. Okay, we're gonna do the test again. Let's just drop this track all the way to the left. Yeah, it's mono. It's mono. How did I fix that last time? Does anybody remember? Like, I did fix it. Let's see. Like, I have another track here set up, which is taking... Maybe if I do this. Let's see. Okay, if I'm right, if I've done it right, then you should not be able to hear Ableton right now. That's correct. And then if I turn this one on... Okay, the mic does not run through there. That's good. And then the audio is also not coming from there. Could you please stop making noise? Let's see. I'm sending this one here. Pum, 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 pum. I really have no clue why this is happening right now. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. No, there's no option for mono there. I'm just trying to fix this right now, boys. Nope, not either. So, okay, and now... Hey! I think you guys can only hear the left signal right now. Did I fix it? I think I did. I think I fixed it. Alright, good. Might have... Now the audio levels might be wrong, but I'm just gonna bring this up a little bit. I hope that's gonna be right. Every time my streaming software updates, somehow it screws up something. It's really weird. I really have no clue why it does that. And by the way, this sound is just gonna go because we don't need it. I don't need a hardstyle sound in this track. What is dit, by the way? We have some audio chops. Okay. That sounds like shit. So let's get rid of that. And what is this? Yeah. It's not turned off for nothing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I have to do with this. Anybody has an idea what we could do? I'm not too sure. Or we could just work on something new. How would an artifacts drinking game work? Like, when do you drink? I don't know. You decide. You decide when you drink. Every time he vapes, for sure. Maybe if I turn them around right here. I don't think I'll actually use the percussion here. I think I'll just do like one big percussion hit at the start here. And I might wanna stop this synth here. Maybe actually doing this build-up might actually help to figure out what I want to do for the first build-up. Yeah, see, that doesn't end right now, but it's going in the right direction. I definitely like that one. That what is it? What did I call it? Pitch bend moan?
See, I'm a playboy.
Holy shit, again?
You need to make something new. Clear your head. Dub.
That one was perfect. I love it. I changed the donation message to a Japanese voice, and it sounds so fucking good. Clear your head. Thanks, Medic. Big up for the 20 euro donation. That's 30 euros from you today already, and 10 from Skulls. We have a good stream going right now. Okay, I might actually start something new in just a little bit. I wanted to make some glitch hop / neuro hop, maybe, and we could try something like that. We could do something new. We've only just started the stream. I mean, it's been, how long have we been streaming right now? 1.5 hours. We have plenty of time to go. So, can we get a playthrough? Sure. I'm kind of stuck on figuring out what I want to do in the intro. I want to do something orchestral, or at least something cinematic. Maybe even a big epic section where there's like some big epic choirs going on, together with some brass and strings, and then go into the build-up. But that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Currently, I have to say that this build-up starts to sound a lot better than this one. So I think if I have this build-up done, that will actually give me a better idea for what I want to do with this build-up, because then it'll just be a matter of taking this build-up, putting it here, and then changing something slightly. But yeah, I can play it. I can play the entire thing, or at least let's play up until the second drop, because the second drop is pretty much the same as the first right now, so. This section needs work. And this section as well. See? This just doesn't make sense yet. But Yeah, even that doesn't make sense yet, like the transition from the build up to the drop. But that's just a matter of figuring that out. Do you know, doggy, that it's way too hot for you to be sitting in my lap right now? I don't even think this dog understands English, but yeah, we need the emoticon of her face. Yeah, definitely. We need that on here. Guys, how can I add Ableton 8's compressor in Live 10? It does not see it. That shouldn't be too hard. That shouldn't be too hard. Like, if you have Ableton Live 8, then you just take the compressor and you just save the preset of the compressor. So you just save it as a preset somewhere, and then you just drag that into your user library, into the compressor folder, and then when you put it inside of your project, it should work. Like, I have it right here. It's in my audio effects, and then under compressor here, I have the Live 8 compressor. And I just already set it up for sidechaining myself, so I can just put that in here, and it'll tell me right here, upgrade. So if I click that, it's gonna turn into the Ableton Live 10 compressor. But yeah, I use it all the time actually, so it should work. Yeah, it does sound pretty cool. The drop is sounding pretty nice actually. I think a drone of some kind could work. Especially, I think it could even work to have it underneath the drop itself. Like there could be a drone underneath there that connects the intro and the drop together. Yeah. Are you not? Huh? You're not happy? It's very hot. You know that, right? Yeah. Come. God damn it. So yeah, that's what I was working on in the last few weeks. Let me save this project actually. Are we gonna start something new? I guess we can. It does need something extra though, I agree, but it's going in the right direction. Yeah, it needs something, I just need to figure out what works. And that's usually this is like the hardest part of making the tracks, you know? When you have like a good part of the track done, and you just need that little detail, that little bit of extra thing, and you don't know what, you know, that's just usually what I'll be struggling with. What, do you want to go downstairs? Is that it? Go. Well, we have that out of the way. Give the dog some fresh water. Yeah, she's probably gonna go downstairs right now and drink some water. Like, there's even water here, but it might be a little bit hot right now, so. There's water downstairs for her as well, so. She's smart enough to go drink if she has to. Yeah. Hey, Raid. Welcome. Let's find some samples. That's better. Any tips for self-releasing or tips when trying to get a label? Well, if you want to self-release, then I would definitely look at something like DistroKid. I've looked at quite a few of them actually, and DistroKid connected me to do a video about it. And I have to say, DistroKid looks like one of the better ones. It's like they are still relatively cheap compared to a lot of the other ones, and they still have most of the platforms. But the only real downside that I can see with DistroKid is mainly that they don't have Beatport, and that for electronic music is kind of a shame. But you know, that's mainly because Beatport is just really how do you say it? Really picky with what they release. Like they're a lot more strict with the rules when it comes to releases than a lot of the other platforms. So I do think it is possible to get Beatport on your account in DistroKid. You just have to connect the DistroKid team and you'll have to apply for it, I guess. I saw some stuff on Twitter, some posts of people that said something along those lines, like it's in beta testing mode or something like that, and you can actually get it, but I don't have Beatport on DistroKid. On my DistroKid account, there's no Beatport, so that's kind of like a shame of DistroKid. But then there's other services that do the same or a similar thing to what DistroKid does, and they do have Beatport, but you're gonna pay like so much more, and you're actually, for most of those, you're actually gonna be paying per release that you do. So you're actually gonna pay a lot more money, and you're gonna have to pay for each additional release that you do, which compared to DistroKid is a lot more expensive. So I'm not sure. When you want to release on a label, though, yeah, then it's just a matter of sending your demos out, and the more work you can do yourself, or the more work you outsource yourself before you send it off to a record label, I guess the more interesting you are going to look for to that record label. You know, if you like if you deliver like a zip file with a couple of MP3s and that's it, you know, and just you know, broken English email just saying like, hey, check out my demo, bam, that's it. You know, then they might get back at you if they like the music, if they even decide to listen to it. But if you send them like a full-on package with maybe a full EP ready, try and make it sound as good as possible, you know, maybe even pay for like a mixing or a mastering engineer. Doesn't have to be the best guy in the job, just somebody who knows what he's doing and can just make it sound that little bit better than what you could do yourself. And then make sure you have some kind of artwork done. Make sure you've got all your social media profiles on point. Make sure you got a logo for yourself as an artist. You know, just get some stuff done like that and include that in one full package and send that off to a record label. That to a record label is much more interesting because they can see, you know, that you have put in quite a bit of work yourself already. And record labels, they like that stuff, you know. They like it when they get demos from artists that have their stuff, you know, on point, I guess. So that is like the most important thing to do, making sure that you've got all that. Root Note is free. Root Note, what? Root Note, I've heard of Root Note, but I'm not sure what it was. Like I heard of the name before. Root Note. Yeah, they distribute to other places as well. But is there Beatport? That's the question. No, there's no Beatport. And there's quite a few other stores that are not on the list either. So You know, that one is not ideal either. See, there's several of these services, there's several of these platforms, but so far I have not found one that is perfect and that includes pretty much all the big platforms that you want to have as an electronic musician. So it's definitely a step forward, though. You know, using something like that, it's definitely helpful, and it will definitely help you out to get your stuff out there. You know, definitely. But I would just like to see, like, you know, I would like to see stuff like Beatport included, because as much as you might hate Beatport, I mean, I don't look at it a lot, but it's still one of the bigger electronic music web stores, so it should be included, if you ask me. We need a snare. Snare day. We are still at 172 beats per minute, by the way. Like, we could go for 100. And then I want to go probably for a triplet here. Peruvian disco funk. What the fuck would that sound like? Come on, loop this section. Okay. Let's try and find some type of a drum break or something that we can put on underneath this. I'm probably gonna go for these KJ Salka ones. They just sound really nice. Like, I just want to see what these are going to sound like. See, they sound a little weird right now, but what I want to do is I definitely want to pitch these down, maybe like a full octave. And then I have to find the right one. We actually have some 100 beats per minute ones here as well. I do hear something nice in this one actually. Let's put some distortion on this one, because right now they all sound very dry, very clean, and we need something very heavy if we want to make some neuro or some neuro hop or some glitch hop. Wait, what? Why is it not doing anything? Oh wait, I put it on the wrong track. Should be on this one. All sounds a little weird right now, but I'm gonna put an EQ in front of it, because if I bring that bass frequency down here of the kick, I quite like the snare in here. Where is it? This one? Yeah. This one. That's a nice snare. And I might be able to use that one. Let's see what these sound like. These have a little bit of swing in them, I think. Yeah. I would have to make it work though. Would have to chop it up and rearrange this whole thing. I kind of wanna. I've already used the tight break in like another, in another track that I was working on. So. Like, we could also go for something, let's see. Wow, someone who isn't clipping because of an artistic decision. Yeah, I'm just really just, I don't know. When I distort my brakes, I always, like, clean up. I always take out, like, the low end, because otherwise it's just gonna turn to shit, you know? If I turn this EQ off. Like, on the snares, it still sounds good. But on those kicks, just completely turns to shit. And with just taking that low end out, you can actually get away with quite a lot of distortion on your drums. But I'm thinking, like, what are we gonna do? Like, we could also go for something in a different tempo, like something like, just go for 172, so like drum and bass tempo, but then go for like half-time drums. So drums more like I guess, yeah, I would have to do this. Oh, wait. Turn the brake off for now. lots of dirty breaks. Yeah, I guess I should do that. And I don't know, man. I don't think it's the right time to produce right now because it's so fucking hot. Like, I really, really don't know what to do. My mind can't think straight. I know, excuses, but it really is that way right now. I mean, we could do like a feedback session if you guys want. Somebody already sent something, I think. Let me check. Actually, a bunch of people already sent some stuff. Two people. Like, I would like to make something new though, but I just don't feel like it right now. What's the temperature there? Right now outside it's probably cooled down a bit. Well, not really. It actually got hotter than like an hour ago. It's now 31 degrees outside and it's over 10 p.m. Yeah, it might be normal in India, but not here. We are not used to that kind of weather, you know? For us, it's like hot normally. If it's like, I don't know, 25 degrees, that's hot normally. So 31 is a little bit... and even during the day, it was like 36 or something. So that's like 10 degrees hotter than usual. So that's quite unusual for us. Oh, are we gonna go Cohen sound? I hear it already. Yeah, it sounds like it. Something like it. Yeah, what do you guys want? Do you guys want a feedback session? Because I think that might be a better choice. I don't think we'll do much today. It's actually gonna cool down a bit after this. After today, it's gonna be a little bit colder tomorrow, and after that, it's gonna go up again, but it's gonna be a little bit more comfortable. So I think next week we could probably do a little bit more in the stream, but this week it's just not gonna happen, I think. So let me see. Who sent me a track? We had Noise Cream and Raid. So Noise Cream and Raid, are you guys here? Because if you guys are, then we could do a feedback session. Also, if anybody wants to do some wants to get some feedback, then go to the description below this stream. There is a email address right there called feedback@artifacts-studios.com, and you can send your track there. Please send me a SoundCloud link. Can be a private SoundCloud link, but just send me a SoundCloud link. Clip it is also fine, but I prefer SoundCloud because that fits like the streaming graphics that I made. So that's best. If you want to have a track reviewed, then just send your track to my email address and I'll get to it. So I am actually gonna make a neurohop track or something along those lines, but just not tonight. I do like these drums though, the main kick and snare, so let me just save this one. Yeah, that's a blank project anyway, so. Did you ever get my track at Artifacts? I probably got it. If you sent your track, then I probably got it, but most of the time I cannot do all tracks that I get sent. I try and give as much feedback on the tracks if I can. You know, if I have time to do it, then I'll usually give some comments on the track. But I don't always have the time to do it. So, if you want feedback and you send a track, but I was not able to do it, just send it again. You know. Because right now I'm just gonna start with the people that send a track today. I'm not gonna go through all the tracks from previous streams because that wouldn't really make sense. Plus it's not fair to everybody watching, you know. Because you can just send your track again, right? And then you're simply in the list. It's all, you know, whoever sends his track first is gonna be reviewed first. That's just how it goes. Unless you make a donation, of course, then I'll let you skip the waiting list, but that's only fair to you if you decide to do that. Feedback on a small whip. I haven't worked on it at all. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to have it doesn't matter how long it is. Like, it can be a 10-minute techno track, like we get every time from Voimon. But can also be like a 30-second clip, whatever you want. Just send something and I'll go through it. So, Noise Cream, are you here? Or Rate, are you here? I don't think they're here. They were here just a little bit ago. At least Raid was. He was only 20 minutes ago. He was still here. So somebody mention him. I don't know. Say, yo, where you at? By the way, why don't you reply on Facebook? Because I like to keep my Facebook for just, you know, my private stuff. Just my regular family stuff and just talking to friends and stuff like that. If you wanna connect me, you can always connect me in my Discord server. You are already there, so you could also send me a private message on Discord. But yeah, on Facebook I don't go talk to every person that sends me a message because that would be crazy. I get way too much stuff to be doing that. Plus, you are already in the Discord community, so why don't just talk to me there, right? I found my upload on SoundCloud, but it's still released though. What, you mean like it's released on a record label? Yeah, then it might give me some copyright issues, you know? I don't think Raid or Noise Cream are here. They have not responded in a bit. Let me switch to this one. I'll give you guys a little moment to send your track, because we have 2 tracks, but they both are not here. They don't seem to be responding at all. Maybe if I play their track, they'll just magically just appear because they hear their own music. That would be fun. Hey, we have a track coming in. Nice. That is that Ethan, or that was that the track that was released or not? Oh no. Okay, well, we have a track coming in. Ethan. We have a track coming in. That's good. Now we know at least that this person is going to be here to listen to its feedback. You know? I don't like to just give feedback if the person is not here to receive the feedback. So, vocative. Fellow fantasy. Let me know in the chat that you're here. You probably are. But it would be nice, just let me know. And we'll have a listen. Wait, one moment. Does it have to be a private track? No, it does not have to be a private track. No way that is needed. One thing though, I have to fix something right now. Because I see that the audio from my browser is running through the microphone channel. And that channel is set to mono, because my microphone is a mono signal. So, let me try and fix this real quick. Should be just a routing inside of Voicemeeter. So, let's see. Or not. Let's see. Let's see. Or not. Yeah, or not. So much suspense. Is he here? Yes, I'm here. It's just... Oh, wait, you mean the... Ethan. Yeah, Ethan is here. I just, I don't get why it's not coming through here. Let's see. Does this work? Let's see. Yeah, that works. Nice. Now it's a stereo signal. But now probably Ableton doesn't work anymore. That's like, I really don't know what has happened. Something has happened since a few upgrades ago from OBS, and I saw it as well because they changed the audio. The audio routing, or let's say the audio mixer thingy that's inside the software. That changed, and since then I have not found out why it every now and then just goes weird, but I basically just have to switch the audio engine inside of Streamlabs to whatever channel the audio is coming through. And even though I send them to one channel in Voicemeeter, it does not seem to come in right here. So something is off, but I'll figure that out at some point. But it's stereo now, so we can get to this feedback session. So, there we go. Interesting. Don't melt, man. Yeah. I'm almost about to, but yeah. Interesting track. I like the drums a lot. The drums are definitely nice. Maybe the kick is a little too clipped for my taste, but maybe I would roll off a little bit of the high frequencies on the kick drum, because of the distortion on the kick, or on the drums in general, because the drums sound like they've been run through at least some distortion or saturation. I would probably just roll off a little bit of the high end on the kick, maybe with a high shelf. Just bring that down a bit. That probably makes the kick drum sound a bit warmer, and I think it will still come through the mix. So I would do that. I also think some of the arrangement-wise, you're going in the right direction, but some of the transitions here and there still sound a little bit weird to me. Like, I actually think the wonky feel in some parts of the track is actually pretty cool, but I think like some of the transitions are a little weird. Like, they might be a little bit too abrupt or something. Like maybe you just need some sweeping sounds that sweep into that next section that, you know, just tell you that something is going to change. Like that right there, you have like a riser going, but I still feel like that transition is a little weird. It doesn't feel right, to me at least. So I would try and put some more work in that, try and make it a little better, but yeah, other than that, I think you're going in the right direction. It's just... Oh, feedback, can I send something? Yeah, you can. Oh, somebody already said how. Yeah, instructions are below the stream, so... Out of key ARP. I'm not too sure. I don't necessarily think the ARP is out of key. I think it is more one of those atonal type ARPs. I don't think it's necessarily out of tune. It's really just an atonal type thing, which has like... It might have some weird resonant frequencies on top that make you think it's out of tune, just because that frequency is not necessarily part of the skill of the track, or the part... it doesn't necessarily fall on the note of the skill, but... yeah, you could just try taking an EQ and taking a notch inside of an EQ and just try notching out a few of the resonant frequencies of the ARP and see if that makes it better. Because there's a good chance that there's just one or two of those frequencies that make it sound slightly out of tune. And if you remove those with a notch filter, or just a really sharp bell curve, then you probably will be able to get rid of it and make that ARP sound a little bit better. You might have to increase the volume afterwards because it might make it a little bit quieter, and it might get lost a little bit in the mix if you remove too much. But I think that could work. I don't really think it's out of key. It's just at the end, listen to the ARP. Yeah, like I said, I think it's really just atonal. Yeah, I don't think it's out of tune. I think it's just a weird... Maybe you just want to change the notes of that ARP. That could also be the case. But I don't think it's necessarily out of tune. I just think it's a weird... kind of a weird progression for the ARP. Like it goes up and down, but it feels like it goes up and down in maybe like a half step, whole step kind of thing. Something out of the ordinary, I think. I'm not sure if it makes sense music theory-wise. Not that good at music theory, but To me, the ARP doesn't necessarily sound out of tune. I just think it's a bit of a weird ARP sound. So maybe you just want to change the patch. That could also be the case. It's a sample. Okay. Yeah, well then you can't really do too much to it. I mean, you could always just try and remake it yourself, you know? Just start with a synth, just a really simple saw wave synth, and just start copying the notes. Because when you copy the notes of the ARP sample, then you will be able to check whether or not they are in the key of your track, or that they fit the scale. And if not, you could fix it. You know, you could make it better. Yeah, something is off. I do agree. I do agree with you guys on that. Something sounds off, but I don't think it's out of tune. I don't think that's the case. I would more think it's like an odd scale. And now you say that it's from the Final Fantasy soundtrack. Then maybe it could actually be that case. I'm not sure what the scale is that they used for that soundtrack, but knowing soundtracks, they can use some pretty interesting skills, or modes even, you know, stuff like Lydian modes or Phrygian modes, or they tend to use a little bit more of the less traditional skills that you see a lot in regular pop music or electronic music. You know, in electronic music and pop music, you just see a lot of minor skills, you know, and most is just minor skills. Every now and then there'll be like some major skills going on, maybe some blues skills here and there if you go for like a more bluesy vibe, but most of it is just based on very simple skills. And in film music, they usually go a little bit further, and they like to use stuff like you know, different modes of the minor skill, such as the Phrygian mode, or the Lydian mode, or the Mixolydian mode, and that gives a totally different vibe to your chord progression or to your melodies that you're going to write in that skill, because you simply start on a different key within the skill. So I think that could be the case, that they're just using like some different mode, and you might have found like the root note of that particular thing that sample, but if they and you might have thought like, okay, it's probably gonna be minor, and you took that root note and you added minor to it, and that was your skill. But maybe they're not using the I don't even know what the root note of this is, but I don't have such good pitch. But let's just say it is in the key of F. Not sure if it is, but let's say it's in the key of F, and you think it's F minor, but it might be F Lydian or F Phrygian, which is slightly different, and it will still sound relatively in tune, but because some notes are slightly different, it might sound out of key on just a few of the notes of the ARP. So yeah, I would just try either starting with a really simple patch, just a saw wave or just a square wave, maybe a little filter on it with just a filter envelope that closes down the filter, so you get like a little bit of a plucky kind of sound. You could also use a piano if you want, and just try and make a similar ARP, but within the scale of the track or within the scale of the sample. I don't know, just try and do something like that. So, I think we can go on to the next track. That was quite a bit of feedback, right? I hope you can use it. I hope I can help you with that. That's it. Modes. Yeah, modes are great. I use very little actual minor skills. Most of the time when I go, I use a lot of the Phrygian mode, but lately I've been playing around with the Lydian mode and the Mixolydian mode as well, and they kind of sound interesting as well. So it's very interesting to experiment with. Just starting on a different root note of the skill makes a huge difference in the way the progression of the skill sounds. It's really interesting. because you start in a different note, of course, and you get different intervals. But yeah, it really gives a completely different vibe, and it's very interesting. So it's definitely worth experimenting with. But I would always advise you to at least get your basic music theory there. You know what the minor scale is, know what a major scale is, and just get those basics, done. Because it's not really gonna make much sense if you're just gonna go straight into Phrygian modes or Lydian modes or any of the other ones. So I would really just get that basics done and then go into the modes, because otherwise it's probably not gonna make much sense. So we have another one by Tom Kreuk, Selen. Let me copy that link. Copy. So let's go to the next one. Again, drum and bass. There we go. Okay. One major thing. I think you are on the right path, especially this first drop. Like, the sounds in the drop are nice. The sounds in the drop are good, but what I think you should do is put some work in processing the sounds in your drop. And what I mean with that is I think they mostly need some distortion or saturation, and mostly on the mids and the high frequencies. So what you want to do, right now the bass is pretty loud compared to the mid-range and the high frequencies. You want to have quite a bit of bass, of course. But I think you want to add like some more mids on top and some more high frequencies on top, because that will make the drop hit so much harder. And the bass will still be there. You know, you have room for that. I'm pretty sure. What I usually do when I have these more heavier neuro tracks, I usually, when I have the bass, I like to add some sort of compression or sometimes even a limiter to my entire bass group. And of course, you have to make sure that all the, if you have multiple different bass sounds that make up the full bass line, you have to make sure that the level of them is pretty similar when they're running into the limiter, so that, you know, you don't want to have one bass sound that is really loud and then one other that is really quiet, because if you're then gonna send that into a limiter and you're gonna squash that together, it's just gonna really distort the loud one, and the other one is just gonna stay clean. So what I think you then need to do is you just bring that up. But so you want to level those out first, and then you add a limiter to make it all louder and make that whole bass line into a nice consistent level. But before you want to do that, I think you really should, you know, add some multi-band distortion or something, you know, just like, I don't know if you have isotope trash, but that would be great, because what you want to do here is you really want to saturate or distort the bass line, but you don't want to apply that distortion to the low frequencies, because then you're gonna lose a lot of that sub bass, and you probably don't want that. Plus, the sub bass is probably going to trigger the distortion very heavily, and that might turn the entire bass line to shit, so you don't want that. Yeah, you could either do it two ways. You could split the bass line in frequencies, so have a separate layer for the sub and a separate layer for the mids and high frequencies, and then just saturate and distort the mid and highs to bring them more up in level, and then, you know, apply a limiter on the end to just glue them back together, or a compressor, whichever one you like. Yeah, or you could go for something like Isotope Trash, which has multi-band distortion built in already, so you can just leave the sub bass clean and apply distortion to the mid bass and the high frequencies. And I think that would help to bring the overall level up and the energy up of the drop, because right now the intro sounds actually bigger than the drop, and that is something you want to try and turn around. And I think because the drop isn't that loud, I think you could do that if you just, you know, give it that boost that it needs. Not enough drive, should have had fat driving bass. Yeah, I do agree. Like, the sub bass is in the right level. It's just that the mid-range is not loud enough compared to the sub. That's my opinion, at least. If you compare it to a lot of the more, you know, a lot of the drum and bass releases, a lot of the releases within the genre, whether that's drum and bass or neurofunk, you hear a similar thing, you know, you hear that the bass lines and everything is just really loud. It's just loud and squashed, and everything kind of like is leveled out frequency-wise and volume-wise as well, and that's a thing you see in pretty much throughout the entire genre, maybe with the exception of some liquid tracks or some more, you know, like instrumental sounding tracks, but the more harder and tougher tracks definitely all have that similar type of mixing and mastering style going on. And yeah, it's all in saturation, compression, and carefully with, you know, just carefully EQing everything. Like, don't be afraid if you have like a distortion to put an EQ in front of it, because when you put an EQ in front of that distortion and let's say EQ a little bit of bass out, then you could probably drive that distortion a couple of dB harder, because you've taken out a little bit of sub-frequencies, and probably the end result is not going to have a louder or quieter sub, because the distortion is just bringing it back up anyway. So just having that EQ in front of a distortion can also really make a big difference. Try taking it down a few dB in the build-up, then back up to 0 dB on the drop. Nah, I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's a problem. The problem here is just that the drop lacks a lot of... It just needs to be bigger. It just needs to be more in your face. And I think you could do that by just simply saturating that a lot. Yeah, that's what I would do at least. And I think, and then you can actually listen back to it and say like, okay, does the intro still sound too big? And if it still sounds too big, then start, you know, attacking the intro with stuff, you know, like high passing certain elements so that they don't have as much bass, making certain elements quieter, maybe fade out the volume a little bit towards during the build up so that when it gets closer to the drop it becomes a little bit quieter, you know, something like that. But I think you definitely want to work on the drop first, making that sound big, and then see how well the intro compares to that new drop. But I think the sounds and the arrangements of the sounds, it's pretty good. So I would really just try out saturation. I think that's what you should do. Trying to upload my track to YouTube now to check if they recognize it at all. The record label seems dead. Cool, man. Yeah, I don't think I have that much else to say about this track. Like if you compare the drums to the bass, it also, you can hear the same thing. The drums just sound like they are at least a couple of dB louder than the bass. Right. So I would try and make those more closer together. That's one thing that I would definitely try. Also, if you make a return track with a 100% reverb sidechain to the main synths of the drop, yeah, I do that actually every now and then. On some of my latest projects I've been doing that, and it sounds pretty dope. Have like a sidechain compressor with a pretty slow release, so it just brings a little bit of that reverb signal in. It's really nice. It can definitely add a nice better sound in the background of your track. So I actually done a video about it, I think. I've done a video about that, right? Fuck, I can't even remember myself. I think I've done a video about that thing. Well, I'm not gonna check, but I think I've done one. Dun 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 dun, roulette, my boy. Oh, you're talking to somebody. Yeah, so, great job so far. If you improved it, then definitely let me know. I would love to see if you were able to get some more loudness out of this, because that's what it needs. That's what it needs. Just, I mean, if you compare it to like, I don't know if I have something on here. Like, if we go, that's one of the ones that I was working on recently. Yeah, I got it. Go away. See, so, if you listen to this drop, it's a different style drop, I get it, but it's still similar enough to use it as an example. And if you just listen to it, I think you might even be able to take a little bit of sub bass out, maybe. But I would try and make it all a little bit, you know, heavier first, and then see if the sub bass gets too loud. Because if you apply distortion, it might also bring that sub up, so you might want to bring that back down a little bit. But I usually just do that with an EQ in front of the distortion, and I might even put an EQ after the distortion as well to balance it out again. But yeah, if you just compare that, you know. And then compare it to hear the difference, you know. This is one of the tracks I've been working on, and it just, I've been adding a lot of saturation to that bass line just to get that mid-range up and to make it nice and crunchy on the high end. And that helps to give that drop the energy it needs. Because even with this one, like, the build-up is a pretty big one. See, even though the build-up is quite big, the drop does not necessarily lose its energy when the drop hits. It actually sounds right. And this track is still not finished though, so I still have to do the final mixdown of this track. It's not necessarily mastered, I just quickly thrown a limiter on it. But you kinda can hear, you know, you can kinda hear what happens. If you can't turn something up anymore, try turning other things down. Yeah, mostly try turning sub-bass down, because sub-bass is usually the frequencies, those are usually the frequencies that trigger your distortion and your compressors and your limiters the hardest, you know? Most of the time, it's the sub-bass that is so loud in your track that is the thing that makes your compressors and all those other effects work very hard. And if you just control that sub, make it a little quieter if you have to. That will give you some room to get some more loudness out of the mid-range and out of the high frequencies if you have to. So for heavier tracks, and this is a general rule, I think, you can see with a lot of tracks, the harder the genre, the less sub-bass you're gonna have. So usually after all the processing, that sub-bass is still going to end up at 0 dB. If you look at the master track, it's still going to be like, you can see the sub bass sitting at 0 dB. But just by bringing that sub a little bit down before you run into those effects like the limiter and the compressors and into the distortion, you kind of remove a little bit of headroom, which gives you the room to increase that mid-range, and then you apply those effects to bring it all back up to 0 dB. And in the end, it will sound bigger. So... and it's pretty much, most of the time, it's that sub-bass that is doing that. So keep an eye out on your sub-bass levels, because I've been doing that wrong for a long time. And I was always trying to figure out why, if I just add... everybody is saying, like, you should distort it, you should saturate it, you should process that bass. But everything I would try, it would just start sounding shit. And I was just not sure why that was happening until I started putting equalizers in front of my distortion and after my distortion to shape what goes into the distortion and what comes out of it. And that made such a huge difference. So that's something you should always do, I think. So, and yeah, multiband compression as well. Multiband compression, OTT preset is a good one. A good example of how you can use multiband compression, but it's by no means the only way. But multiband compression can really help to bring those crunchy high frequencies out. Or any frequency, by the way. You could also use it to, you know, control the sub. Like if you have a sub bass that goes up in volume, or if you have a sub bass that's very dynamic, so that you have like a sub bass that is really loud at certain parts and then really quiet at other parts, you can use a multiband compressor to really just compress and squash that sub bass so that that is a nice even level without affecting the mid and the highs. So multiband compression is also a really good tool. So, Olosha, definitely good tip on that one. So, should we go on to the next track? We've been rambling on about this one for quite a while. We got distracted a little bit. But we have another track. So we have Karthik from the Discord community. Oh my god, I think I'm Noisia now. Well, I can guarantee you that Noisia does that trick a lot. I can guarantee you that if they add a distortion to one of their sounds, that they most likely put an EQ either before it and after it as well, or only before it, but I think they'll put one before and after as well, because that just makes it gives you so much more control, you know? Because after distorting the sound, sometimes you just get a lot of mids, and then it can be nice to scoop out a little bit of mids, you know? That gives it usually a little bit of a better sound, but yeah, it's all just playing around, making things loud, and it comes with practice as well, I guess. So, Karthik, are you still here? Or are you gone? Let me know if you're still here. We've got a whip. I haven't seen him here in a while, actually. Karthik, are you still here? From India. Maybe that helps. I'm trying to see when he was here. Can't even see one of his messages right now. Oh, he's here. Nice. Best stereo imager. That is a good question. I like the Waves stereo imager. Which one was it? Let's see. Stereo and mid-side. Let's see which one I have. I had one from Waves that I quite like. The Waves S1 imager. That's quite a nice one. I can show you that one. I quite like this one. I use this one most of the time. And Brainworks has some cool one as well. I think it was the Stereo Maker. Yeah, this one is also pretty cool. It's by Brainworks. And then we also have, of course, like Isotope, you know. Isotope has some good stuff as well. Like the, where is it? It's part of Ozone, right? So the Ozone 8, where is it? The Ozone 8 imager. So this one, it's like gigantic, it's really big, so I can't show you it right now, but I can switch to that view. So this one is actually the one that I use most lately. Before I was using a lot of the Waves S1 image, Waves S1 imager, but since I've upgraded to the new computer, I can finally run the new version of Ozone. On my old computer it would just crap out, even on version 7 it would just not work. I would just get lag a lot, but on the new PC it actually works, and yeah, this one is becoming my new favorite stereo imager, so I would definitely advise you to look into Isotope stuff. Not just the Ozone bundle, but also the Neutron 2 bundle is very, very nice. I love that transient shaper that they have in there. So, next one, Karthik. What about the Ozone imager? It's a really good one. So, here we go. Yeah, that's really short. I'm just gonna be honest, like, it sounds a bit basic. That's just, I have to be honest here. I'm not a big fan of the kick drum. It sounds a little bit boxy, if that is a way to describe it. Like, it has low frequencies, but I feel like the kick drum sounds like there's like, you have a kick drum that is built out of low frequencies and then high frequencies, and there's quite a big hollow gap in between. At least it sounds like that. The snare drum kind of has the same thing as well. Let's think. I don't want to roast you completely, but... Like, you're definitely learning, you're definitely getting better, so, I mean, you've got a long way to go, but, I think baseline-wise, right now it's like a really short clip, and I think what you're doing is you think too much in loops. When it comes to drum and bass, it's not as much melody and loop-based. In drum and bass, it's much more rhythm and texture-based. So the bass lines in drum and bass a lot of times don't really move too much note-wise. They usually stay around the root note of the track with just a slight pitch bend on the end of a phrase or somewhere in the middle of a phrase, but the bass usually just hovers around that root note. Maybe it goes down one or two semitones every now and then, but the changes in the melody of the bass are usually not that big. Right now you have a bass line that is actually just playing a melody. It could be a lead as well. Like it goes da 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 da. It goes in. It does some sort of a progression, some sort of a sequence. And I think in drum and bass that doesn't necessarily work that well unless you go for the full-on melodic style, like the melodic dubstep style, but then in drum and bass, or go for like liquid stuff. Then it could work. But I think in the more heavier drum and bass genres, and if I listen to the bass and the style drums, I think you're going for something heavier, or at least you're trying to do that. If that's the case, then I would definitely try and make those bass lines a little bit simpler, at least the notes, and then just start off with a long F note, or a long G note, or a long E note, just whatever root note your track, or whatever scale your track has, or whatever root note. Just take that note and make one long note, and then just start doing sound design with a synthesizer. Start putting on filters, start automating stuff, just to create movement, create create texture, create interest. That's usually a better approach when it comes to drum and bass than doing something really melodic. Part of that is because the tempo is so high. The higher your tempo gets, the less space you have in between your drum sounds. So if you do like some crazy stuff with the low end, and bass sounds as well are probably the least good instrument to play a melody with, because low frequencies just, it's hard to make to play a good working melody on low frequencies, because especially when combined with such a high tempo as drum and bass. But yeah, I think it's just a little bit basic right now, but you're learning though, so you're doing something good. Just keep doing what you're doing, and just try and use the tips that I gave you to experiment with that. I would definitely try and do that. What I told you. Just make like a long note in just one note, just one key in one note, make one big MIDI clip, and then just start automating stuff. Can be effects, can be filters, can also be stuff inside your synthesizer. Just automate stuff and see what happens. Assign LFOs to stuff, create movement, basically. And then use distortion to all make it nice and loud and bring those levels up. Because that's another thing. Like, it's not balanced right now. The drums are very, they have a very loud transient, but then the till drops down pretty quickly in volume. And the bass is not really it's not processed enough to, make it sound right. It all needs a bit more processing, I guess. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the way the bass line is arranged right now, so I would probably not even bother too much by trying to finish this. I would probably just try, maybe even just take the drums and try compressing them a bit, or try making them a bit more, a bit beefier, a bit harder, and then just try and write a different bass line, do the thing I told you with the long note and automating stuff. I think that's what you should do. And it would definitely help you as well. I think you could definitely learn a bit or two from that as well. And another thing in drum and bass that you see a lot as well, when it comes to writing the bass sounds and the bass lines is layering. So what they do a lot is they'll have like one actual bass line, so one patch that has a lot of sub bass and that is actually taking care of the low frequencies of the bass line, but then they'll have like more mid-range elements that are actually just layered on top of that other bass line. So that's another way of doing it, and that is actually a way that you hear a lot in drum and bass. A lot of it is a result of layering, and that usually makes for a more interesting sound as well, as opposed to just having one synth playing a melody or some kind of thing. Because you can still use different notes than the one from your root from your bass line, from your root note of your track. But I would play them with like a pad or a drone or something that has some more higher frequencies, you know, as opposed to a bass line. So, yeah, I don't have that much more to say. It's, I mean, this was like a really short clip. My main problem is how to arrange stuff together. Yeah, I would just try and focus on, what you want to do is just, you know, taking the drums and, yeah, just breaking it all apart into separate things, separate blocks, pretty much. But you want to be careful, though. You don't want to make it sound too loopy, like you're just looping the same section over and over again. So, arrangement will never become easy. Yeah, true. It's always hard. I'm still struggling with it as well. Like, it's always hard to get the track to sound just as you want it. So, let's go on to the next track. I think I'll do 2 more. Maybe 3. But I'm starting to sweat my ass off right here. Holy shit, my arms are literally just wet right now. God damn it. Okay, next one up. Hey, Raid is back. Raid is back. Then we can do his track. We'll do that one then. Because I wanted to do your track, but you weren't here. So we could not do your track. But we can do it now. So, we've got something different. Some dubstep. Some dubstep now. So, there we go. Yes, Roulette Music, your track is next. One weird little track. I kind of wish it was longer, to be honest. That's your guitar in there. Nice. Yeah, big up on the drop parts. Those sound really big. Sounds really heavy, man. Those drops sound really nice. Yeah, I was expecting dubstep, but it sounds more like half time actually. Which is good, because I like half time a lot more than dubstep, to be honest. Yeah, I'm surprised, man. This sounds pretty good. I'm really liking this. Yeah, I kind of wished it was longer. That's just my only thing on this right now. And the last part kind of threw me off a little, but it sounds pretty dope though. It's an interesting take on the neuro stuff with a different rhythm. But yeah. This just hits so good. Yeah, I'm really liking it. This part is so weird. That flute, that whistle thing. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't sound weird either. I just think right here in this last section it gets a little bit muddy, because you're using more kick drums right there, and they're stacking with the bass, and it just sounds a little muddy right there, just because it all gets a bit more crowded, I guess. Yeah, that's just a matter of carefully mixing it down, you know. Like when you would send something like this to a mixing engineer, they might actually, just automate the volume on several different sounds just to make those a little bit quieter, just so that they don't distort the limiter on the master too much. It's just carefully setting those levels to the right place. But other than that, mate, I would say make it longer and just send it over to me again, because I love this one. It sounds great. It sounds absolutely nice. I love the groove. Really interesting. And I don't have that much else to say about it, because there's not much to... there's not much wrong with it. So, good job. And I think the chat agrees with me on this one, that it sounds quite interesting. So yeah, great job on that one, man. Great job. So next one up is roulette music, right? Kamikaze effect. I should read that in the voice of my donation voice. Kamikaze effecto. Put that in a female voice. Mine is a whip, by the way. A whip. Whip. Yeah, okay. A whip. That's quite a long whip. 4 minutes long. That's like almost a full track. I wouldn't really say that's a whip, but... Well, maybe it is if it's still being worked on, but... Usually a whip is a little bit shorter, but... I don't care. Let's give this one a listen. Doesn't say what genre it is. Interesting, let's see. Oh, Losha, your one is next. Nice West Coast type lead sound. Moist. Yeah, literally. The only word I think that describes this is moist. Kind of how my armpits and the rest of my body are feeling right now. But yeah, I agree with Vies in the chat that it needs one stable bass sound. Yeah, I think it could work very well if you have like one more growl type bass sounds, one that is not that wet sounding or as squelchy sounding or whatever you want to call it. And and then do more like a call and response between that bass and the wet bass. I think right now it's just that wet bass just playing continuously, and at some point, like during the drop, I think it gets a little bit still at some point, because you're using that same bass sound over and over again. Even though it changes and it becomes different, I think it still gets it loses a little bit of energy, because you're just using that same sound over and over again. And if you have like two different bass sounds, and that's something that works very well in dubstep, if you have two bass sounds and alternate between them, you can do you can create like sort of like a conversation between the two bass sounds. And then if the two of them are quite different, that usually can work very well. So you want to create a contrast, basically. So that contrast can be low frequencies and high frequencies. It can be you know, thin and full sounding, but it could also be dry and wet sounding. So I think something like that could definitely be nice. Ableton's vocoder is the wet sound. Yeah, I know you can do something with the Ableton vocoder to create that. But it definitely sounds interesting. I love the weirdness of it, you know, the weirdness of that bass. And you kind of have like a little bit of a growl bass in the front that is not as wet as most of the others, at least. It doesn't sound as wet. I think it's the same bass sound though, but yeah, I think you really just I think you should do something like a call and response type thing, and alternate between the wet bass and a different bass, which could be a growl or more of like a Reezy type bass sound, but something that is not as wet and not as you know, not as moist sounding as the other bass. Other than that, I think you're on the right track. I also think if you do that, then it will also help with the fact that I think the drop becomes a little bit still around the halfway point. So around halfway in the drop, I think it gets a little bit boring, because you're using that same bass over and over again. So I think if you break it up a bit and use maybe two different basses to completely different ones, like the wet one and the dry one, that will also help to make it not sound as boring over time. So other than that though, I don't think there's that much else to say about it. That lead in the intro, I think I think that one could be a little bit louder, especially when it goes down to the lower notes. It kind of disappears a little bit in the background of the mix. You probably don't want to have it all the way up front in the mix, so you don't want to have it too loud. But maybe just automate the volume so that when it goes to the lower notes, it becomes a little bit louder. Because right now, when it goes to the lower notes, it feels as if it gets quieter. But yeah, I would probably bring that one up a little bit and make it a little bit louder, just general. I think that would make it a bit better. But other than that, good job. So we have how late is it? It's a half an hour before midnight, and it's still freaking hot. I have a feeling I'm not gonna sleep well tonight, and I haven't slept well last night. Yeah, it's still 29 degrees outside. Crazy. Okay, next one up is Olosha. I think he's still here. He might have had to, what was he gonna do? Break down the venue where he was? I gotta go take my stage apart at the venue here in 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, Losha, you still here, mate? You're still here? Or are you working? I kinda like wanna listen to this one though, because he had some pretty good stuff before. The year 2000. high quality pre-flat. Okay. I'm just gonna play it. He's probably gonna tune back in when he's done with his venue, breaking down the venue thing. And I just want to hear this, so. Prepare. Is it moist bass evening today? Rewind. I like that end. That ending is nice. Man. I really like this one. Definitely sound nice. Yeah, like, there's not much to say about it. It just sounds fucking big. Similar to the ones you've sent in before. It's just good. It's really good. I like what you've done with the vocal thingy. It definitely sounds nice. What were they saying right here in the middle? We used poisonous gases and we poisoned their asses? Is that what it's saying? Nice. Someone please post a meme of a Artifact's face on a snail and then Hashtag squelch. Yeah, do it. Turn me into a snail meme. Well, I kind of like feel like it right now. Everything is wet. Everything feels dirty. Big up, man. I really like this track. Definitely good job. I don't have much to say about it. It just sounds really good, and there's not really much wrong with it, to be honest. Yeah. Like, what do you want me to say? I mean, I can literally only, like, give you props on this one. I'm usually not a big fan of the wet basses, but you are pulling it off well, though. So, like, I could listen to this, and I don't necessarily like Snails does a lot of these basses as well, right? But I'm not a big fan of his music. That's just a style preference. But in this kind of way, I kind of like it. Well, maybe Snails does similar things, I don't know. I haven't listened to his music in a long time. I kind of only heard the first few tracks he did. And it wasn't really my type of thing. But this one, I could listen to this. Not too much, though, because I'm not a big fan of trappy kind of stuff. And it has some trap influences, and... but I like it. How that first drop starts is really good, though. That Destroy sample really makes that switch, you know. I like the build up. I like what you're doing there, and I like the drop as well. So yeah, don't have much else to say. Good job. That's everything I'm gonna be saying right now. So, guys, I think I'm gonna stop the stream with this. I think this is a good track to stop streaming with. Everybody, if you send in a track, but I have not been able to do it, I will try and give you some feedback later on this week, maybe this weekend, maybe later in next week. But I can't give you any promises. If I have too much stuff to do, then I cannot, give you feedback. But I usually try and give some feedback to you guys. Even if I was not able to do your track. I'll probably just comment on your track if I listen to it and I feel like giving some feedback. But yeah. If you want to come hang out in my Discord server, go scroll down, click the invite link to my Discord community. On my Discord server, we pretty much talk about music production every single day, and you can come there to get feedback. You can come there to ask your questions when I'm not streaming, or you can come there to just stay up to date, to know whenever I'm going to be streaming, or to know when I'm not streaming, because that might happen as well every now and then. And if you're in the Discord community, I can keep you guys up to date about what's coming. Also, if you want to stay up to date with my upcoming EP, I'm working on the tracks as we speak. The Discord community would be a great place to come and hang out, because that's where I'll keep you guys posted on what is going on. If you want to get some sample packs, preset packs, I sell my sample packs and preset packs on Black Octopus Sound. So if you go to the Black Octopus Sound website and you fill in artifacts in the search bar, it'll basically just give you a list of all the sample packs and preset packs that I have released with them. If you make any purchase, then you will help sustain this channel. So if you are looking for some drum samples or some vocal samples or some other stuff, check my packs out. I also have a pack out on Loopmasters, which is called Dark Underground Vocals. It's a pack I did a little while ago, but if you are looking for some vocals, you might like it. And yeah, other than that, I hope to see you guys again next week. Friday, 8 p.m. Central European Time. That's when I stream every week. And I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh yeah! of course, we need to include this as well. If you want to get one of these t-shirts, the ones you're seeing right now, go to basicwaves.com, waves with a Z on the end, basicwaves.com, and if you make a purchase, you can use the code artifacts10 to get a 10% discount on your purchase, and again, you're going to be helping out sustaining this channel with every purchase you make. So anybody that makes a purchase, thanks a lot. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked the stream, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully. And I'll be in the Discord community, in the Discord server in just a little bit. I'm gonna go refresh myself. I'm gonna go take a shower right now because I feel disgusting with this weather right now. It's just, yeah, moist. Moist is the best way to describe it. So I'm gonna go take a shower real quick, and then I'll be in the Discord community to in the Discord server to talk to you guys. So have a nice evening for what's left of it. If you're in a different part of the world, you might have an entire day in front of you. For me, it's about midnight right now, so yeah. I actually like the stream. I'm going to be working on the EP tracks this week, hoping to finish that last track, and then I'll be finishing the mixdowns pretty soon. Then I have to finish the artwork, and then we'll be ready for a release, so yeah, then we'll have to start sending that to a record label or something and see what happens. So, where are you from? I am from Rotterdam, the Netherlands. So yeah, guys, hope you had a great evening, and hope you liked the stream, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace!